Hey, what's up guys, it's Loza. We're looking at the new Terriermon cards that come in BT17. That's right, we are blessed with some more BT17 Terriermon cards. This Terriermon though is a bit awkward. It's a very cute fella, but let's get into the effects. It is a 0 to evolve, 3 to hard play and 1k DP, pretty normal for a Terriermon. Your turn, once per turn when an effect plays one of your Terriermon, Lotmon or Green Tamer, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. So basically if this Terriermon's out and you use your double Typhoon, you can tap one of your opponent's Digimon, which seems okay, but then you realize you probably have a board of Terriermon and Lotmons and that's it. So I don't know, it doesn't really provide you that much, but I suppose you can go into a Gargomon or Rapid or something from there and do something. But yeah, I don't know, I don't really see this being that useful, but anyway, I thought it's cool and it's very cute, so I'm going to pick up 4, of course. Out of 10, I'm going to give this card probably a 5 out of 10 because it's passive, its inheritable effects are quite good. While this Digimon suspended, it gets 1000. It's pretty standard for the Terriermon line now, but it's a good inheritable to have, and it does make it a more consistent inheritable to have. If you just wanted to make sure your rookies gave this, you can nearly play a bunch of rookies that all give it to you now. Yeah, in general, this Terriermon's not the best. I think we have better ones. And yeah, anyway, it's cool to have a new Terriermon. Thanks, Bandai. Let's get on to the Gargomon, which I think is quite interesting and sets up the Tamer from the structure deck. The Henry Tamer from the structure deck lets you warp. We'll get into that soon. So this Gargomon is 6k, which is interesting because you kind of want it to die. It is 6 play cost, 2 to evolve. On deletion, play a Terrier from trash without paying cost. Good effect, real good effect actually. I think like the idea is you want to swing this in to play the Terriermon for free, and I've mentioned in videos in the past, you normally want to promote a Terriermon because then you can make the decision of whether to go into a Gold Rapid or a Gargo or whatever you want to do with your plays. As long as you start as a Terriermon, especially if you're the new starter deck one, where you want to play that Tamer or Lotmon for 2 less, you really don't want to be Digivolving in the back, right, to Gargomon or anything else. You want to promote that Terriermon, get the value of the Terriermon effect, and then proceed with the gameplay. And this Terriermon suffers from that problem too, where its effect needs it to be on the board, so you don't want to Digivolve in the back. It's a bit awkward. Anyway, that problem aside, this has the same inheritable. When it's suspended, it gains 1000, so it's nice to have that consistent effect. But I think this card's main purpose, besides its high DP, which is a bit awkward considering you kind of want it to die, this card's main purpose is to trigger the Henry that we got in the starter deck. Oh, that's the wrong one. The one we got in the starter deck, which is the Warping Henry. And why I say this is, getting a Rapid in the grave is quite easy. There's a lot of good Rapids, all the gold Rapids are good, and the new level 5 Rapid is sensational. So getting Rapidmon's name in the grave is actually very easy, or in the trash I should say, is very easy. However, getting a Gargo in the grave is a lot harder because, well, all the Gargomons are kind of whatever. They don't really facilitate getting themselves to the bin, and they don't really benefit from being in there other than this Tamer. So it's good to have a Gargomon that does benefit from just swinging it in, it dies, and you play the Terriermon, which plays into the next part of this Tamer. So this Tamer says, by placing this Tamer and 1 Gargo and 1 Rapid from trash, in any order under one of your Terriermons, that Digimon may Digivolve into a Mega Gargomon from hand for a cost of 4, ignoring Digivolution requirements. If this Digivolve this way, the Digimon gains Rush for the turn. So that Gargomon can swing in, die, play a Terriermon from your bin, hopefully get a search if it's a Terriermon like the X4 one, for example, and then you can just literally, do this. Another unique combo is you could play out the new Terriermon off the Gargomon, the one we just spoke about a little bit before, the starter deck Terriermon, which plays a Lotmon or a Tamer for 2 less. You could play this, or promote this, play a Tamer for 2 less, Digivolve in a Gargomon for 2, swing in, and then play this Terriermon back out, play another green Tamer for 2 less, you know what I'm saying? And one of those Tamers could be the Henry that we're just talking about here. And then if there is a Rapid already in your bin and a Mega Gargomon in your hand, you are able to facilitate the Biomerge requirement right here. I believe you put this Tamer under there as well. You put the Gargo, the Rapid, under and then Digivolve into Mega Gargo from the hand. Wait, do you put this Tamer? Yeah, by placing this Tamer, yes. So you put the Henry underneath as well, which is a little annoying. It'd be nicer to keep the Henry there, but I understand that is literally how the Biomode should work. So I get it, it makes sense. But anyway, I think that Gargomon is interesting if you wanted to, facilitate that Tamer really. It's an interesting way to play. So we will have to test with this Gargomon, but all in all, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. I don't think it quite hits the mark. A lot of the Gargomons kind of don't hit the mark. I think the jamming one's probably still the best one, so I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 10. But anyway, let's move on. Oh, there is an Antillamon here, which I will say is one of the best Alliance Antillamons I've seen, because its Digivolving effect plays a level 3 green or yellow level 3 to your field, which means you can then Alliance with that card, and obviously you know the Terriermon and Lopmon from that deck are searches. So that's sensational. And then if you do have the Terriermon or Lopmon or Terriermon Assistant EX4 underneath, you will be able to use the Inheritable to Digivolve when you attack, and it'll be for 2 less, and then you'll be able to get this end of attack effect if you get the 6 on top of this, which is by deleting one of your other suspended Digimon, which will be the one you just played out. You can play another one from your trash. So you can just play the same card out and search again, which I think is awesome. Really keeps the deck pumping. And obviously you can Alliance with that card you bring back again, because you've tapped it for Alliance and brought it back again. So it obviously will be retapped. So if you have another card with Alliance, you can swing with it again. But this card is sensational. This video is obviously focusing on Terriermon, but damn, for Alliance, we're eating good with that Antillamon. We're eating good. Let's get onto the last Terriermon card that we will see within BT17, and that's Willis. I was hoping for a new Willis, and here it is. It is a 4-cost, which is a bit steep, and normally a 4-cost tamer, you want it to do a fair bit. So let's see what Willis does. There's a lot of text on there. So start of main phase and on play, one of your green Digimon gets 2k till the end of your turn. Quite nice, because you'll notice Terriermons are quite weak, and this does buff like the Gold Rapid strategy, making all your Gold Rapids absolutely humongous. Most Gold Rapids, or all Gold Rapids, have the ability to take DP away, either on Digivolve or when they suspend. They can take away 5 or 4k depending on the Rapid. So I think this card really helps facilitate making that strategy way more viable, like just Gold Rapid Rush, which I think is awesome. That's the best way to play the deck, in my opinion. It's lower to the ground, you don't have to go as far, you don't need as many cards to pop off. So this tamer does, I think, help with that. It just means your little Terriermon guys are a bit stronger, and your Rapidmons are actually able to take on pretty much every Mega in the game if it's the turn you get the DP neg on an opponent's Digimon. So that's really cool, and obviously every turn you're pumping something up by 2k, which is cool. But this is one of those tamers where I don't know if you'd want more than one. So we'll get into the second effect, which I think is pretty interesting for the Gold Rapid strategy too. When one of your Digimon with Terrier or Lop in its name is played, keyword being played here, not Digivolve, by suspending this tamer, one of your Digimon with Terrier or Lopmon in its name may Digivolve into a Digimon card in the hand, with the Digivolution cost reduced by 2. So this means you hard play Terriermon and it passes turn. You may now tap this tamer and Digivolve into Gold Rapid for 2 less. I think that's pretty good. I think that's pretty damn good. Because that Gold Rapid will then, make the trades hopefully on board you needed to see, the DP minus and whatnot. And you've still passed turn with it. I think it's quite good. That Terriermon could even search as you're passing turn, right? It could be one of the searcher ones. And yeah, you find the Gold Rapid off the search and then go into it. And then reduce it by 2. It might even keep your turn. It could keep your turn, or it could just pass your opponent to 1 or 2, which is nice as well. I think this Willis is quite good. I'm not sure if it's worth the steep cost of 4. I'm sure a lot of people will point out, well, you can use the Terriermons to reduce its play cost, and yes, that is true. But there are games you don't see those Terriermons, and you do see the Tamers, and that's what makes the green Tamers not so great. Even the regular old Willis was quite a bad card, and was only really viable because of the new Terriermon that lets you play it for 1, essentially. Then it becomes quite good. But yeah, Willis and that Terriermon together essentially achieve the same value as Ukomon in 2 cards, rather than just Ukomon in 1 card, right? And 0 memory cost. So that's an interesting little way to think about it, but yeah, I do think that the green tamers are pretty mediocre, and it's mainly the Terriermons helping you play them for cheaper that make these tamers better. So I guess they're balanced with that in mind, or at least it would seem that way. But anyway, with all that out of the way, I do think this Willis is pretty good. Out of 10, I think I want to give it a 6 or a 7. I need to test with it because I could be wrong. This could be an 8 or a 9. This could be an 8 or a 9. It reads like one of those cards you got to play test. Because getting the 2k every turn could be absolutely crucial, right, in winning certain matchups. In fact, I know in the Ruli decks, with Gargomon, they actually play the promo that just gives you 3k, even though that seems like a bit of a dead card. It just gives you 3k on Gargomon whenever you swing. That seems like a waste of a 3-cost tamer. They normally play at least 2 to 3 of it. So maybe I'm completely wrong here and this tamer is amazing. But I guess another aspect of it is the second effect doesn't seem like you want more than one of this tamer. It's like when one of your Digimon Terriermon is played, not digivolved into on top of, only played, which once again plays into the Rookie Rush Gold Rapid strategy in my opinion. Spend this tamer, one of your Digimon Terriermon may digivolve, blah 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 blah. Obviously you could say this works in Alliance, this works in normal Terra. It obviously works in all of them, but think about the deck where you're mainly going to be hard slamming Terriermons every turn, and that's more the Gold Rapid builds. The Alliance builds you're normally digivolving up, in which the Henry and Suchong Wong tamer is slightly better. I still think that tamer is very mid as well. Another example of them making the tamers overbalanced, but I digress. This Willis is alright. I give it a 6 or 7 out of 10 because the second effect doesn't really stack. Like, yeah, you can give Green Digimon 2k, and if you had multiple of this, you could give it more than 2k. You give it 4k or 6k. But, like, do you want to pay 4 memory to do that? I don't think so. Especially when early game playing a tamer that costs 4 is quite expensive if you don't have a way to play it for free. And in the Terriermon archetype, we don't have a Gargo or Rapid that's like, hey, play a Henry Willis for free. And once again, we don't have a way to search Willis. Henrys are searchable by the Terriermon from EX4, and in saying that, the Henrys are arguably maybe not the best of the tamers. I'd say now the Willises are becoming more important, but all in all, I don't think Terriermon has a really strong tamer. You know, there's no tamer we play at 3 or 4, which I think would really show dominance as a good tamer. Well, Willis is kind of that role, the OG Willis. Though I think none of the tamers are like amazing, if you get what I mean. Like, other decks definitely have their tamers sorted and they wouldn't really play anything else. For example, we've got one right here, this guy right here, Iggy. This card in its deck, Lugamon, they play 4, I'm pretty sure, and this is a pretty much copy paste of the old one, but it's a memory setter. So you could just play one of this with the 4, or this could replace one of the 4, right? And they're set to go. They don't have to think about shit. Like, their deck is sorted on tamers. They don't have to play Matt anymore or anything else, any other purple memory setter. Nope, just play this and you can play the other one as well, and they stack and it's amazing. So interesting, this Willis is not a memory setter, but I'm guessing maybe because the Henry is that they didn't want to make this one. And this does have this unique effect that I actually think helps the playstyle that I use mainly with Terriermon. But anyway, that was a lot of ranting about Willis in BT17, but it is the card that has the most text on it and is the most interesting to me. Because I honestly think the Terriermon and Gargo are kind of not going to see play. They're going to sit in my binder and look cute. While this Willis, I think I'll play at least 1, because it seems interesting at 1. But I guess it depends on the format too, so we'll wait and see. But anyway, they are my thoughts on the BT17 Terriermon and I suppose Anti-Lemon card, Alliance card as well. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Drop down in the comments what your favorite of the BT17 Terriermon cards are. Which ones do you think I'm sleeping on? Which ones do you think are, you know, actually kind of trash? But yeah, I've been Loza. Don't forget to check out the other Terriermon content or Digimon content on the channel. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.